Good afternoon, students. Previously, we saw introduction to dyes, and we started classification of dye, and we studied various types of dyes such as direct dyes, azo dyes. And last, we had seen wet dye and its application. So, moving ahead in same topic, another types of dyes we will continue, and next is sulfur dyes. So the general properties of this type of dyes are they are difficult to apply as just like wet dyes. Cheap, particularly for dark shade, but as compared to wet dyes, they are not as costly, and incomplete black, navy, khaki, and all these strong brown are the color ranges in sulfur dye. Poor washing and rubbing fastness and sensitive to chlorine. So when comes in contact with chlorine, it can lose its color. May cause fabric rendering of cellulose upon storage. So if kept like that only, fabric rendering means the fabric will start to degrade. Main application is mostly used for heavy cellulosic goods in dark shades. The first sulfur dye was discovered in France in 1873, and it was done by further work was done by Raymond Vidal, enabled the manufacture of Vidal Black. So from his name, the name Vidal Black has come up. Its outstanding fastness to light, washing and boiling far surpassed any cotton black known at that time. So it was the very first time that some dye was showing all these properties. The general disadvantage of this type of dye is that they produce dull shades, and red is missing from this type of dyes. Shades of red. Sulfur dyes. So main advantage in this sulfur dyes that we are seeing is in their cheapness, ease of application, and good wash fastness. So even on washing, they are fastened well and do not come off. In their normal state, these dyes are insoluble in water but are readily soluble in the solution of sodium sulfide. So normally it is insoluble, but in the solution of sodium sulfide it is easily soluble. In this form, they have high affinity to all the cellulosic fibers. So in this form means in the form of soluble in when soluble in sodium sulfide, they have high affinity, but in normal state they do not. The use of sulfur dye is restricted. So these are the applications of sulfur dye. It is restricted to dark shades such as dull brown, khaki and navy shades, where a good wash is there but no boil fastness is required. So in dark shades, wash fastness is important, but boil fastness, if boil fastness is not as good, it can be tolerated. Most khaki and navy overalls are dyed with sulfur dyes. An outstanding member of this family, this group of dyes, is the sulfur black dye. It dyes all cellulose fibers, but particularly linen and jute, to a lustrous and deep black with excellent wash and light fastness. So most important of type is sulfur black, which is used for dyeing the fabrics or substrates into lustrous and deep black color. They are dyed from dye bath containing sodium sulfide, and common salt or even Glauber's salt are used, and also by adding with some oxidizing agents. Oxidizing agents used are sodium bichromate and hydrogen peroxide. Next class of dye is reactive dyes. Next is reactive dye. So it is very easily applicable. The application: moderate price range, complete color range, good fastness due to direct reaction with fibers. So By far, this is the most as when compared to other type of dye. By far, this has been the most applicable, and even the price range is moderate. So, as compared to wet dyes, popularity of reactive dyes is increasing. It's commonly used for all cellulosic goods, especially in knitted fabric. Knitted fabric means on wool kind of fabric. Selective dyes can also be applied on wool, silk, and rayon, increasingly used in printing due to good fastness. So for poster kind of printing, also reactive dyes are being used. This is an entire class of dye introduced in the year of 1956. They react chemically with the fiber being dyed, and if correctly applied, cannot be removed by washing or even boiling. So, chemical reaction between the dye and the fabric being dyed takes place, and good fastening is done. Main feature of this dye stuff is its low affinity to cellulose. Therefore, large amount of salt are required to force its deposition on the fabric. So one of the disadvantages, we can say, not disadvantages but the negative point, that large amount of salt is required. After this has been achieved, addition of alkali causes the deposited dye to react with the fiber. Only a successfully concluded reaction guarantees a fast dyeing. If the reaction is incomplete, it will wash off. There are two types of reactive dyes, the cold dyeing and hot dyeing types. The applications of reactive dyes are used in where bright dyeing with high light and wash fastness is required. So bright color and light and wash fastness is required. At that time, reactive dyes are used. Cold dyeing is used extensively in batik work. It is an Indonesian type of dyeing technique, and although some reactive dye stuff have been specially modified to dye wool, and their main usage is in dyeing cotton, linen, and viscose rayon. So these are the color or ranges of reactive dyes. Cold water fiber reactive dyes suitable for dyeing on cotton, silk, jute, rayon, and hessian, and cannot be used on synthetic fibers that has been coated with resin or drip dry finish. And these are the shades in reactive dyes. Now there is another classification, acid dyes, metal complex dyes, and chrome dyes. These are for protein fibers. So acid dyes, easy application, complete color range with good bright shades, and fastness properties also are there, but they may vary among different dyes. They are commonly used for wool, silk, and nylon. So acid dyes comprise of large number of dyes used for wool, silk, rayon, as we saw in its application. They vary considerably in their basic chemical structure but have one common feature, that is they dye from an acid dye bath. And all acid dyes can be grouped into three subcategories: level dyeing, acid milling dyes, and pre-metallized dyes. First one is level dyeing acid dyes. They are these dyes produce high bright dyeing, and main feature is good leveling properties. They exhibit low wash and light fastness, so easily can come off. Acid milling dyes, they are selected because of their high and light fasteners are extensively used for woolen fabrics that are subsequently milled. These dyes require great care in application because uneven dyings are difficult or impossible to rectify. And the dye bath requires presence of weak acid such as acetic acid, from which acid is liberated during dyeing process. Third type of acid dye is pre-metallized dyes. They represent an extension of modern dyes. We will see modern dyes ahead in the classification. Metal component being already incorporated in the dye during manufacturing process. So pre-metallized means the metal component is already present. Very good light fastness even in pale shades. So under sunlight the dyes will not wear off from its color. Applications of this type of dyes is found in large and diverse, varying widely in their methods of dyeing and use of dyed fabrics. Choice of dyes should be made considering the factors like level dyeing, fastness, brightness, and ease of application. Not mainly, but most commonly used in nylon also. Yes, a number of acid dyes are also used to dye nylon. Care must be taken to use appropriate method as described for a given dye. Also find its application in dyeing wool, nylon, and silk. Nylon we already mentioned. So selecting of milling and pre-metallized dyes, dyeing at boil with addition of acetic acid. This type of dyes have good light and wash fastness. Next is metal complex dyes. It is difficult to apply and expensive, so mainly used for wool and nylon, but its use is not as common as reactive dyes. Good fastness due to high molecular size and metal complex structure. Chrome modern dye class. Application is very complicated, expensive, and complete color range, but the shade is all the shades are dull. Good all-round fastness. So both wash and light fastness is good. Mainly used for wool products, especially for end use of carpet. So modern dyes are mainly used for dyeing the carpet-like products. Other fiber dyes are basic dyes and dispersed dyes that we will see. So dispersed dye requires skill in application, so it is not easily applicable. The process is skill based and moderate price, complete color range, gives limited solubility in water and good fastness after reduction, clearing treatment. So all in all, good for application but requires skills, and applications are polyester and acetate, and can also be applied for acrylic and nylon. This was first introduced in the year 1920, and entirely new range of dyes were developed. It was found that acetate fiber had hardly any affinity for water-soluble dyes. So a new dyeing principle was introduced, dyeing with water dispersed colored organic substance. These finely colored particles are applied in aqueous dispersion to acetate materials and actually dissolve in the fibers. They were developed for dyeing of acetate fibers and also used for nylon and acrylic. With addition of carriers or swelling agents, these dyes are used in dyeing polyester as well. Examples of which are terylene and Dacron. Next is cationic or basic type of dye. Careful application is required to prevent unlevel dyeing, and adverse effect in hand feel, complete color range with brilliant shades, and mainly used for acrylic application. Moving, the first to be discovered by Perkin, was a basic dye, and most of the dyes which followed include magenta, malachite green and crystal violet were the same type, that is Paulsen cationic dyes. This type of dye also again used for wool and silk, but dye cotton fibers only in the presence of mordant. So when we have to dye a cotton fabric using this type of dye, it is to be done along with mordant dye. Most brilliant of all the synthetic dyes known, and has very good shade range also, but they have poor light and wash fastness. Again, it is same, used for wool and silk. Its applications are there, used for extensively dyeing cut flowers, dry flowers for jute, sisal, coir and wood toys. Introduction of acrylic fiber, a new range of modified basic dyes. Cationic dyes were perfected for dyeing this type of acrylic materials. Also used for dyeing silk and silk flowers. So this is the color range of cationic dyes. As you can see, brilliant shades, color ranges available in this type of dyes. So this was about the classification of dyes. We saw various different types of dyes. Here the classification is completed. Now we will see manufacturing of some of these important dyes.